Hello everyone, my name is Danielle and this is my YouTube channel, if you couldn't tell. Oh, that was really cheesy. Anyway, I wanted to tell this story about my experience at a grocery store when I was younger because I love to tell this story to everyone. It's basically a story about karma, and I think everyone who works in retail has a story similar to this so they can relate. So it all begins with me working as a cashier in an evening shift. Evening shift meaning I'm the only cashier working till about midnight. And there's only one manager on duty and there's one stock guy on duty. So I like the night shift because not a lot of people go shopping at night, and the town that I was working in is like in the middle of nowhere. And like when I say middle of nowhere, I mean it was just very, very quiet, very dark. I like working the night shift because not a lot of customers came in at night, so I didn't have to deal with the bullshit. Not saying all customers are bad, but people in retail, you know what I mean. Anyway, so this one night I was working, this lady came in. She was, I'm gonna say like 5'7", blonde hair, middle-aged, very slim. Everything she was wearing definitely was designer. So I'm gonna assume that she either had money, came from money, married money, I don't know, she had money. So she came up to my register, she's ready to be checked out. I ring her up real quick and I tell her the total. She was writing out a check and she hands it to me, but she didn't hand me her ID. Now most people that write checks or still write checks know that most places are going to ask for your driver's license or some sort of ID to make sure it's your check. She didn't do that. So I asked for her ID. She looked through her purse and she said, "Oh, I must have left my wallet at my job on my desk. I don't have any of my credit cards either." So I said, "Sorry, I can't take your check. I can't process your check." Meaning that I can't put it through the printer without putting in our ID number through our register. Like there's no way to override it. Which I was trying to explain to her politely. So she got a little annoyed. Then she got a little prissy, I guess. She was going on and on about how she knows all the managers that work at the store, meaning, you know, she knows them personally or she's been friends with them for X amount of years, blah, 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 stuff I don't care about. So then she tells me to call up a manager, and I did. There's only one manager on duty. I don't mind calling him up. While we were waiting for him to come up though, oh boy, you will not believe what this lady did. She opened up the little register booklet in her check booklet, flashed it in my face, and she says, "I have over $10,000 in my checking account." I didn't say a word. I was more shocked than angry that she actually did that. And I also had the thought that, you know, the $10,000 that she supposedly has in her checking account isn't really helping the situation at the moment. So another minute goes by, manager finally shows up. She goes up to him and says, "Oh, this cashier, she's not taking my check and I don't have my driver's license or any of my credit cards. They're on my desk at work. I forgot them. Please, could you just somehow override it and take my check? You know who I am." What does he say to her? "I can't process your check." She can't process your check. We can't override it. That's just how the system is. He was polite about it too. And of course, in the back of my mind, and I know a lot of people in retail can relate, you're jumping up for joy like, "I told you, I told you, I told you, I told you, victory, I told you." I take her stuff, I put it on another register behind me because she's gonna leave and come back, and I just like void the transaction. She comes back about an hour later. I ring her up again. Her total, let's just say it was like $60 and a penny. This lady only had 20s with her apparently, or so she said, she only had 20s with her, and I wasn't really gonna tell her not to give me $80 for something that was $60 and a penny, but if she had to, she had to. It's better than a check that I can't process. So I was like, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure I have pennies in my apron. So I'm digging through my apron, and she's like, no, you know what? I think I might have some change in my purse. And she's frantically looking. I'm like, no, it's fine. I'll just stick my hand in my apron, my pocket in my apron, and take the penny out. So she looks defeated. I don't know why. She hands me $60. I put the penny in the drawer. She's off, she's done, she's gone. I'm thinking I'm probably not gonna see her again because that was the first time I saw her, and I was kind of hoping that'd be the last time I saw her. Nope, I was wrong. She came back. She came back with a vengeance. When I saw her again, I happened to be working an afternoon shift with the other cashiers. Now, I'm gonna say 99% of the cashiers and the people who worked at the desk and the people who worked in the back were students at a local high school. So I was one of the older cashiers. So I was working with a bunch of these kids at the time. She came on my register. I rang her up, didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, you know, I'm thinking in my back of my mind, I recognize her from that night. So I tell her the total, expecting her to write a check and maybe even giving me her ID. Ooh, what a thought. But no, she gave me a $100 bill. Now I can't remember what the total was, but just keep that in mind that I said that she handed me a $100 bill. Because every time she came in, no matter what the total was, she handed me a $100 bill. It could be $30, it could be $3, it could be $10, didn't matter. She had to give me a fresh, crisp $100 bill. Another thing I noticed, but didn't really care about, was that every time she came in, she'd always go looking for this one kid. He was one of the stock guys in the back, another high schooler, and she would always hug him in front of me. Wasn't really sure why, but this is my guess. A lot of the cashiers and even a lot of the customers assumed that I was a high schooler, maybe from another district. But no, I just look like I'm in high school. I'm not a high schooler. I'm older than that. I'm flattered. I'm very flattered that these people thought I was like 16 and didn't know how to drive. But no, I'm a grown woman, and my boyfriend actually worked at that store too, and he was working in the back at the time. So her hugging the kid in front of me had no effect on me, really. I don't go to his school, and my man works in the back. I don't really care. But I did notice it was weird because I saw the look on his face after like the 20th time, and even he looked a little freaked out about it, I guess you could say. He was like, what's going on? We do this every week, if not 2 times a week, 3 times a week. He didn't say it, he just had the look on his face. And this went on for about 6 months. Didn't really bother me, I just noticed, that's all. I'm very observant. Once that 6 month came by though, she was gone. She was ghost. Disappeared. Just flat out disappeared. Never saw her again. I'm thinking maybe she moved away, maybe she shops at a different time, different store. I don't know. I don't really care. It was just like a quick afterthought and didn't think about it ever again. Until 6 months after that. Saw her again. She walked right through the door with a cart, but she was hunched over the cart. Severely hunched over, like something was wrong with her spine. And she was walking very, very slowly. And she looked kind of sick and kind of pale. I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Now, I wasn't really too concerned about her because I never even knew this woman's name. I didn't know anything about her other than the way she mistreated me that one time, and I just saw her as a customer. But I thought it was so weird that she came in like that, so I figured, okay. She was gone for about 6 months because maybe she had back surgery. I don't know, maybe she got into a car accident. I don't know. But she definitely was injured, and she definitely was recovering, because for the next couple of months after that, after she came back, when she did end up on my line, she did look a little bit better, and she definitely was, wasn't as snooty, she wasn't as snotty as she was before with the $100 bills and stuff like that. But she wasn't nice. She was just like an average customer. And she would actually pay an exact change every single time, which is great. I mean, and I noticed the way that she would look for the change too. When she was looking through her bag, she was like struggling to find the exact change right down to the exact penny. And I don't know if it's because she wanted to give me exact change or if she just didn't really have the money or she was afraid she didn't have the money. But something in the way that she looked and the way she talked and the way she was struggling to find the change made me think she's struggling in other ways too, not just physically. So the reason why I like to tell this story so much is that it's the first time in my life I've seen justice served, I guess you could say. Yes, you know what, we'll say that. Justice was served. I saw karma happen right quick. I've never seen somebody that mistreated other people, bad energy or karma turned right back on them. Part of me made me happy to see that karma's real and karma works, but then there's the other part that made me worry, like, karma's real, karma works. I don't mistreat people because I want to treat people the same way that, I want them to treat me. So, it's like a two-way street. If I'm going to treat you badly, obviously I'm going to expect you to treat me badly. But this was a situation where I was powerless, and she knew I was powerless, and she felt that she was better than me because she was higher status financially than me. I'm just a lowly cashier to her. Hopefully, what happened to her, whatever it was, she learned her lesson, and she will never mistreat people in my position again. I have a feeling she mistreated other people. I really do. I have a feeling that she mistreated a lot of people. It couldn't have just been me. Because if it were just me, I don't think she'd learn her lesson, honestly. But if she mistreated a lot of people, and then karma comes and kicks her ass, then yeah, she better learn her lesson, or it's not gonna be so simple. It's not gonna be so nice next time. So thank you for watching the entire video. If you got to the end of this video, give me a thumbs up or a comment. Tell me how you feel about the story. Tell me if something like this happened to you in your life. Tell me if you work in retail and can relate at all. Tell me if you've actually been the person that's mistreated other people and you've actually experienced karma of some sort. I want to know. Tell me in the comments. Also, please subscribe. This is my first video and I want to see how far this goes. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Also, remember the golden rule: treat others the way you want to be treated, or karma might kick your ass.